Time Wizard Tuesday coming at you guys. Today we are taking a look at the top 8 deck list from 1UP Roma's recent regional for the SDG circuit. I believe that's what they're calling it, the Shuffle Deck Gaming Circuit, where they're hosting their own Edison Nationals. To go ahead and put this out here, the top 8 deck lists are in no particular order outside of how they finished in Swiss, because they did not play out top cut. The 8 players decided to split the prizes evenly, so everyone got a big share of the prizes. I think it was store credit for 1UP, and yeah, let's go ahead and just jump into those deck lists. So at 8th place, we have Salvatore with pure Blackwings, main decking My Body as a Shield and Starlight Road. So this guy was actually my round 6, I think, is how many rounds we played. Round 6, round 7. He was my final round opponent. And yeah, he beat me thanks to My Body's a Shield on Dark Arm Dragon. So I thought he had side decked it in. And now that the top 8 lists are out, I am aware that he did not side deck it in. He was just straight up maining a My Body as a Shield, and I assume he left it in because game 1 I did Lightning Vortex him. So yeah, congratulations on squeezing in 8th place. So let's go ahead and take a look at the next deck. So in 7th place, we have our boy Daniele, which we have featured his deck before. This is definitely the most interesting deck in the top 8. We have featured this profile once before, but this is his new iteration of the I think we ended up just calling it Good Cards Limit Reverse. So the Good Card Limit Reverse deck. And if you did not see that previous video, there are a lot of interesting plays this deck can make, and quite a few that involves Iron Chain Dragon and Trident Dragon. I don't know. Trident to win the game. Speaking of Trident, Konami, give us a reprint. That card is insanely expensive now, but lucky for us, we are allowed to use OCG cards from time to time, so we're not dealing with that price hike for the Edison players here. But yeah, so his deck is very, very, very cool. It's one of those combo-based decks where honestly it's just a lot of good cards. That's why we call it Limit Reverse Good Cards. I'm not going to get too into it, but he is on a small little Rescue Cat engine. With also the Panther as well. So you can check out the previous video where I went a little more in depth with this, but congratulations to Daniele, aka Mambo, for getting 7th place with this deck. And technically, I got into top 8 here because the Pot of Avarice and the Call of the Hunter was mine, so I'm claiming it. Some of my cards got into top 8, right? All right, so we'll go ahead and jump into number 6. It was FF himself, Mr. Fabio. So if you don't know, Fabio is the creator of Edison Format Italia. So it was great to see him show up and win with this. He is the owner of that page, creator of it, whatever. The man behind the camera a lot of the times. And it was funny because before the tournament started, he was like speaking not too confident about his deck, and I was like, yeah, you should just play Blackwing because he previously had won a regional with Blackwings. I was like, just play what you won with, right? And so he's had very mixed results playing Christiasworn, Lightsworn, etc. And this time he went with Lightsworn siding into Christiasworn with the Consecrated Lights. There were 2 Lightsworn in the top 8. And this is the first build in 6th place. I don't believe there's anything too like standouty about this. Just the fact he's on just 2 Christia, 2 Orange Light, and 2 Consecrated Lights. And we're going to go ahead and jump into our next Lightsworn deck. Surprise, surprise. It is the man, the myth, the legend, Ugo. So he did get top 8 once again with his Lightsworn deck. And once again, his deck is slightly different from the last time it was featured, but he did go with the Lightsworn siding into Christiasworn, and his is way heavier on the Christia Fairy build compared to Fabio's. He is on the 3 Christia, 3 Herald, 2 Soul of Purity, and the Shire as an extra fairy. So he really, really went in on the fairies. Why is that not sorted? Okay, so he really, really went in on the fairies for his deck. So very cool to see Lightsworn coming in at 5th and 6th place with similar strategies. one opting to keep one Gold Sark and the other opting to completely drop Gold Sark out of the equation. He says, I'm not waiting 2 turns. I'm either going to mill it and beckoning it back, or I'm going to hard draw it and win this game, right? So shout out to Ugo for topping once again with Lightsworn. And then in 4th place, we have the second Blackwing deck. And again, this one is on the main deck, My Body as a Shield, but their traps are slightly different. We have a main deck Dust Tornado over here. And again, we have the Grand Mole in this side. So congratulations to Angelo for getting top 4. Although, like I said, we split the prizes. So top 4 with this deck. Pretty standard lineup. I mean, the tech My Body in the main is cool to see. The Grand Mole in the side is also very fun. The main deck Dust Tornado helps in the mirror matches, and maybe that's why he ended up in top 4 instead of the bottom half of the top 8, because he was able to win those mirror matches. I'm not entirely sure, obviously. I don't know what he played against all day, but a very solid deck for every reason that you know it to be a solid deck, right? It is Blackwing. Again, neither of them opted to play the Legacy of Yada builds. And in 3rd place, we have our first Vayu Turbo deck, Emanuele, topped with Vayu maining one Oppression and siding the other. He side decks also the Compulse, which has become really popular, and he is on the Spirit Reaper build, not a Chaos Sorcerer build. Some people play Spirit Reaper, some people play Chaos Sorcerer, some people play a completely different card there in that slot, maybe another Hamster, Elfin, etc., etc. But for the most part, the rest of the main deck is pretty much what you expect the main deck to be. We have the 2 Grepher, 2 Arma. Those are pretty standard now. The Necro Gardener, which some people play, some people don't. More people are playing it. And yeah, so this is Vayu Turbo. You know what to expect from Vayu Turbo. He is side decking 1 Light Imprisoning Mirror, which probably helped him out if he played against Lightsworns. He went for the 1 Cyber Dragon in the side, which after playing this weekend, I think is correct. I think you don't need the 2 Cyber Dragons. They're just okay. Like, there's only certain matchups they're good in, and the meta is kind of shifting a little bit, and different decks are showing up in larger numbers, at least here in Rome, in Italy. So this was 3rd place, Emanuele. Congratulations to you, sir. Did I mention 4th place's name? Yes, I did. Angelo. All right. And in 2nd place, Alessandro with his Ultimate Offering zombie deck. All right. So I watched his final round because, well, it went into time and we had time to sit around and watch it. And a very powerful duelist. Let's just go with that. Lots of plays. He had the cards he needed when he needed them. And he played really, really smart to win his game and get into top 8. He is on the Diva Ultimate Offering Zombies. It is a very strong deck. It's cool to see double Dark Bribe in the main deck, and we can assume that is there to protect the offering, and also because he does not play Heavy Storm, right? So he needs something to not just get blown out by back row, so he's on double Dark Bribe, double Dust Tornado, and then just so many traps, right? Like, this deck seems like if you flip Decree, it's going to have a really hard time if he doesn't already have the outset. But he did get 2nd place. So, shout out to Alessandro for the strong finish. And some reason I am missing a card in his extra deck. It did not save. I can pull it up real quick down below. Give me 1 second. The extra deck card that is missing is Revived King Hades. I don't know why that did not save. I definitely put that there. I apologize. Here is the Revived King Goddess save deck. Okay. So, here is his build of Ultimate Offering Diva Zombie. So, comment below how you think this deck is. How do you think this deck is? How do you think the 3rd place deck is? How do you think the 4th place deck is? You know, we have 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th. What do you think of this top 8? Was there any surprises besides the 7th place, right? We have Blackwings, we have Lightsworn, we have Vayu. The big 3, right? Like, well, Lightsworn actually isn't really the big 3. I wouldn't call it the big 3 of Edison. I think the major surprise is in 8th, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Notice something that's missing here. No frogs at all. I'll say this, I played against several frog decks. I did not lose to frogs at all throughout the day. I think people are siding so heavily to beat frogs, and yeah, it's just one of those decks that it did not have its day at that regional. People were ready for it. And honestly, I'm not sure how many people were even playing it. I played against two different frog decks. One is the Fish FTK, OTK, whatever it is. Then I played against like Frog Hero, and I don't know. But 8th through 2nd place, we did not see a frog deck. So what do you think is the winner of this event? And of course, it is the man, the myth, Mr. Konami himself, Marcello Barbary with, I definitely said his name wrong. It's definitely got some more rolled R's in there, but Marcello with Vayu Turbo. So, once again, we have another Vayu Turbo deck. So we had 2 Vayu Turbo, 2 Lightsworn, 2 Blackwing, 1 good card, blah, 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 and 1 Ultimate Offering Diva Zombies. So, that is your top 8 for 1UP's SDG, Roma, Regional, whatever they want to call it. I don't know what the official name would be for it, if they even gave it one. But one thing I want to point out about Marcello's deck, he is heavy on the hamster. He plays triple hamster and does not main deck Royal Oppression. Instead, opts to main deck a Compulse and is on the 41. Maybe he's on that same mindset of Trap Dust Shoot's not a real card. We can play 41. It's fine, right? And he is on the Chaos Sorcerer, so it's very, very interesting to see that he completely decided to not play the Royal Oppression in the main. He is on double Kaiku, double Dyna in the side deck. Pretty good stuff. Double My Bodies. Very, very, very powerful duelist. If you ever watched any YCS stream from Europe, you definitely know who he is. You know, the man's been to Worlds, a very strong player, and yeah, he came out on top once again with Vayu Turbo. I believe this is the 2nd time he's topped one of these regionals with Vayu Turbo. I think he's topped another one, but it wasn't with Vayu Turbo at that point. So this is definitely a more interesting list. I mean, he really went into the hamsters. He's like, I'm setting these 1,800 butts, and you're not going to do anything about it. But congratulations to Marcello for winning. Congratulations to everybody, since they split the prizes evenly, and everybody got a cut of the store credit, I believe is what it was. So everybody got a cut of the store credit. So congratulations. We had Vayu, Ultimate Offering Diva, Vayu, Blackwing, Lightsworn, and good cards, Limit Reverse, and then another Blackwing to finish out that top 8. Congratulations to all. Thanks for watching, guys. Remember to like, follow, subscribe, and check me out tomorrow for What's Cooking Wednesday.